welcome back to my channel if you've never seen my face before. Hey, what's up? I'm Brie. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. So those of you who have been following on for the past 2 days, I've been posting my Vlogmas vlogs or videos at the beginning of the day, but it is currently 7:18 on Vlogmas, on the day Vlogmas Day 3 should be going up, because my phone completely crashed and I lost all the footage of the 2 pre-filmed videos that I had that were going up today and tomorrow. So that is what I'm currently doing, sitting here filming a video for today and tomorrow. So if you guys watch tomorrow's video, Vlogmas Day 4, and you see that I'm kind of in a similar location, look pretty similar, that's why, because I'm actually filming them both right now. So yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas. I am enjoying it. I'm really sticking to it and trying to post a video every single day for the month of December or until Christmas. And like I said in a couple of videos ago, I'm not really doing the whole vlogging every day because I just don't have an interesting enough life and I do work a full-time job, but I'm going to post a video every single day. So today's video is just going to be a teen mom tag. I've wanted to do this for a little while because for those of you that don't know, I am a teen mom. I am 19 and my daughter is 9 months old. So, and I feel like there are a lot of questions that come with being a teen mom, did you regret it? Did you plan it? Things like that. And just overall questions like that. I do want to preface this video. I'm not in any way saying become a teen mom or have a baby. As far as that goes, I am married and we're completely financially stable. When we got pregnant, we planned her, so I'm not saying go get pregnant when you're in high school. I was out of high school and everything. And even if you are in high school and you take ownership for it, I totally support anybody who is here for their kid and raises their kid, but I am not promoting it. And I'm not saying that being a mom is easy and saying go out and become a mom, because honestly, being a mom is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my entire life. And it's not something that should be given to somebody to just do lightly. So now, after disclaimers and everything are done, let's just get right into the tag. So I wrote the questions down, so if you see me looking over here, that's what I'm doing, because I do film on my phone, which is where the questions would have been. So I had to write them down. So the first question is, how old were you when you found out you were pregnant and when you gave birth? So when I found out I was pregnant, in July of 2019 and I was 18. And then I had Anastasia in March of 2020 and I was 19. I'm currently still 19. I'll be 20 in January. And yeah, so I am 19 with a 9-month-old. Did I enjoy being pregnant? And I feel pretty much to sum up that question, the answer would be no. But there's a lot of things that went into that answer, and I don't think that it was just necessarily that I hated being pregnant. So I did not have necessarily a hard pregnancy, but I also didn't have the easiest of pregnancies, and it wasn't the most enjoyable of situations. I was in a lot of pain all the time, always nauseous, all 3 trimesters. And I don't know if anybody can understand this, but when you're nauseous and can't throw up, that's how I felt. All 3 trimesters, I never threw up, but I was nauseous. And I almost at some points would have rather thrown up, because then at least that feeling hypothetically would go away. And I never really did. I threw up one time, and that was because they gave me a pill to help with the nausea, and it actually just made me throw up. So yeah. And then also, for those of you that do not know me, my husband actually left for a tour in a different country in the United States Army when I was 5 months pregnant, came home. No. I was 6.5 months pregnant. So I was pretty pregnant. And then pregnancy emotions, and then my husband leaving for the first time in our marriage. And then he came home for her birth, and then he left and went back. So the beginning of Anastasia's life, he was actually gone as well. So I can definitely say that it's honestly becoming a mom, the end of my pregnancy, birth, and learning to be a mom, as well as coping with my husband being in a different country, honestly have been probably the hardest things I've had to go through in my life, and have made me a much stronger person, and I'm very happy for it. But I definitely, I wouldn't ever go back and change it, because it's gotten me to where I am, and I'm a very strong person, and I love my family, and I love our family dynamic and the way that we function as a family, and that is truly because of how our family began. But it definitely is not ideal, and I would never recommend it. So, I mean, overall, I did not enjoy pregnancy at all, but I don't know if it was just strictly because of me being pregnant. Next question is, would you have handled birth differently if you could redo it? I think long story short is no, I would have continued birth the exact same way. My husband was able to come home for my birth, so he was actually here on leave. So that was great. That all worked out amazing, and I would never change that. I went into labor like 4 hours before I was supposed to go in to be induced. So, I mean, that kind of worked out. I didn't end up having to get induced because my body was actually progressing enough without the Pitocin, so I didn't have to be induced, which I really liked. I did not really want to be induced, but I also wanted to have the baby quick enough so that Isaac could spend some time with her before he had to leave and go back. So that's why we ended up, we scheduled the induction for 2 days after my due date, so if she hadn't came, and she came. So the induction was scheduled for, it was 3 days after my due date. It was scheduled for March 15th, and I had her on March 14th. So she came on her own time. But then as far as like the way that the birth went, I did do like a vaginal birth, and I did have pain medicine, and honestly, so respect the moms that can do it without. I'm just not one of them. So, I mean, and the pain was managed really well by the hospital. Didn't have any issues after birth. So overall, my birth was really smooth considering my pregnancy was a little rocky. Most surprising thing about being a mom, I would say the most surprising thing for me about being a mom, I have dreamed about being a mom since I was like 10. Like, I have always loved kids. I've wanted to be in a career that dealt with kids. Like, I have always wanted to be a mom. If someone were to ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up, like, half of my answer would always be a mom. So I've literally thought about every possible thing, and the biggest thing I can say that was a shocker for me was postpartum depression. I never thought that it would ever affect me because I had been wanting to be a mom for so long, and I love kids, and it would just never be something that would touch me. I remember talking to my mom before I had Anastasia saying, like, I wasn't worried about it. I didn't think it was going to be an issue, because I loved kids, and I could never imagine, like, feeling that way about mine. But it's real, and it's a big deal, and that's definitely the most surprising thing that happened to me. So yeah, similarities with my child. So if you guys saw the video yesterday, then you have seen Anastasia, or if you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, you've seen her. She looks like my twin, so that's our main similarity. Some main things though is she has the same chin as me. It's considered a butt chin. She also has like reddish brown or reddish blonde hair like I do. I mean, overall, her features are a lot like me, but she acts exactly like Isaac. She's adventurous. She will eat anything, like, and I am the total opposite of that. So she doesn't act like me, but she looks exactly like me. Something having a kid has taught me. I feel like this question's really hard to answer because I don't feel like there's just one thing that having Anastasia taught me. I think that having a kid taught me a lot of things in life. It taught me how to be a better person. It taught me how to be more patient. It taught me how to really value my time. It taught me how to kind of slow down and allow things to kind of happen and go with the flow. I'm a huge, like, this is when we're going to do it and this is how we're going to do it, and like a planner. And I mean, you can't always do that with a baby. Like, that's just not practical. So it's definitely taught me to calm down and be a little bit more go with the flow. Definitely still working on it, but a little bit more go with the flow. I think that's probably the biggest thing that it's taught me. But then patience also. Like, I thought I had the best patience in the world until I had my own baby that cried every hour. Like, you just find patience that you never knew you had. And I definitely think that that's a big thing. Something that has changed in my life since becoming a mom. I mean, I feel like your whole entire life dynamic changes when you become a mom. I mean, my entire life revolves around a different person. I literally, every decision I make has to be thinking about a completely different human. But I wouldn't change that for anything. Every single time I go to make a big decision in life, or I go to even just decide if I'm going to go to the store, she's the first thing that comes to mind. And that's just the way it is when you're a mom, I feel like. I feel like same with a dad, like it's vice versa. Like every decision you make in life now affects a little human as much as it affects you. And you have to think about that when you're making decisions. And so I feel like that is definitely a huge thing in my life that has changed, because everything has changed because of that. Last question for this video, because it is kind of getting a little bit long, is do I want more? The answer is absolutely yes. I am an only child, for those of you that don't know, and I do not want to have a family with only one kid, because I have personally not loved being an only child. I want my kids to have friends to play with that are their siblings. I want to be able to go on family vacations and have my kids to have siblings to play with. As far as like a timeline, I'm not really sure on that. But as far as how many, we were pretty set on we want 4. We're not opposed to adoption, so that's definitely something that would be talked about along the line, but we want at least 2 biological, but in total we want 4. So if we end up having 4 biological, then I don't know. That would be a bridge we would cross when we got there. But yes, we do want more. We do not want to stop at 1, but as for timeline, that's to be determined. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Vlogmas. I hope you guys had a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.